I'm about to teach you guys the series of steps that I did to go from being super busy, no money, living paycheck to paycheck, to saving $15,000, paying off all of my debt, and eventually quitting my job to travel the world full time. By following these steps, I found my passions, got my time back. My name's Amanda and I make videos on living intentionally. If you're into that kind of thing, make sure to subscribe to my videos and hit the little bell notification down below, and let's get into the video. Step number one is to get organized. Keeping your lists and your schedule and your goals all in one place, like a planner or a schedule or a bullet journal like I use, can be everything in staying organized. I keep everything from my to-do list to a list of books that I want to read, and even my exercise log, all in my handy bullet journal. I have been using a bullet journal for about not 2 years. I've been using a bullet journal for about a year now, and I don't think I could live without it anymore. It's so helpful, and I love the flexibility that a bullet journal gives you. If you're interested to see what my minimalist bullet journal looks like, I'll link my video here and also in the description box, and you guys can check that out. Step number two is to declutter. Decluttering is a huge part of simplifying your life. The only reason that it's not number one on this list is because you have to get organized and have a plan to declutter before you can actually start doing it. So if you are new to minimalism or decluttering, or you just want to do another round of decluttering, I have a full decluttering guide that I've created that you guys can get at the link below. I know I'm linking to a lot of things here. To get rid of the excess, to get rid of the things that are cluttering your house and not really bringing you any joy or value, will simplify your life drastically. So decluttering is a really long process, but it's so worth it. So I really encourage you to start and stick with it. Step number three is to prioritize. Figure out what your priorities are in life. I thought that I knew what my priorities are. I had them straight in my head, but my life wasn't really acting out around that. I read a quote by Ramit Sethi. He says, "Show me someone's calendar and bank account and I will show you their priorities." I think this is so true, because a lot of people say that health is my priority, but they're not acting on that and they're not doing anything to increase their health and well-being. Take a good hard look at what you're actually spending time and money on, and then write down what your priorities are, and then kind of reassess your schedule and your spending habits to reflect your priorities. That single task has changed my entire life. Just sitting down and thinking about what my priorities actually are created a massive effect in my life, and that is how I was able to save up a ton of money, quit my job, and travel the world full-time for almost 3 years. So really highly recommend this. Writing down in your bullet journal, if you have a bullet journal, what your priorities are and getting started on that is something that you can do today. I highly recommend doing it right now. Just to get started, I would really love to hear what your priorities are in the comments below. Step number four is to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is something that we really have to work at in our society today. It's not easy when you're constantly bombarded with notifications and emails and Facebook likes and hearts and comments and all of these things that we get so many times a day. Mindfulness is something that will help you slow down in life, and it will really change the pace of your life. So practicing mindfulness and trying to stay in the moment of what you're doing is something that is so helpful to creating a simple, easy, and minimalist life. Mindfulness is not something that is only about food or meditation. It's something that you can practice in every single moment. So when you're with your friends and you're having a conversation, put your phone down and give your friends your full attention. When you are making dinner, focus fully on cutting all the vegetables and the herbs and the spices and mixing it all together and making it with love. Whatever you're doing, just make sure you're fully focused on that. Doing little things like this has made such a difference in my life, and it has really made me learn to appreciate little things like homemade food, going to a yoga class, and even just my morning cup of coffee. It's just so nice to make a cup of coffee in my French press, do the whole process really slowly and intentionally. And breathe in the smell of coffee in the morning. Oh, that's the best. I also really recommend turning off notifications on your phone. If you get notifications about emails or text messages or anything like that, I have all of my notifications turned off. Being interrupted when you're trying to do something and focus on something is just the worst. I read a book recently called Deep Work by Cal Newport, and he really goes into depth about the impact of being interrupted when you're really in the zone, and it's just mind-blowing. I will leave all of the things that I talk about in the description box below. Step number 5 is create routines. Creating routines is the single habit that, okay, I keep saying this about everything, but creating routines has seriously made a big difference in my life. I've been reading so much lately, but I recently read the book, The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. It was something that I imagine will be very life-changing. It's based on a very simple rule that Mel Robbins discusses in a TED Talk that she gave in San Francisco. I'm just gonna link that TED Talk down below. Creating routines is something that will just make such a big impact on your life, because when you get into the habit of doing something every day, that is the little steps to success that so many people have used. So if you want to write a book, the only way to get started is to put that in your calendar every single day. Plan out your book, make the table of contents. Start writing. If you have time to do this every single day, it's just going to become a routine and eventually you will finish it. Something that I try to start doing every single day is reading, which is how I've been able to read so many books lately. I read every single day and I have a little reading log in my bullet journal. Write the routines that you want to create in your bullet journal and make it happen. Writing your routines is the easy step and making it happen is the hard step. Another quote that I really love is, you'll either find an excuse or you'll find a way, and I really believe this. You can do anything that you put your mind to, and if you want to simplify your life, to finish off a big goal or to do something that you really care about, this is the step that will make the biggest difference in your life. Yeah, these are the 5 steps that you can take to simplify your life. I know it's kind of a lot. Each step is kind of big. I will have a ton of resources in the description if you guys are interested in that. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos on intentional living and hit the little bell notification because you don't want to miss any of these upcoming videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Have a great day. Bye!